What is going on today? We have the founder, the developer, the brain behind a new crypto project called Copycat, and we need to find out, hey, is this something that's worth investing in? Can we put our hard-earned money and time into this? If you're new to this channel, my name is Aaron. I'm on a journey to Bitcoin while helping as many to people with their first Bitcoin. And I, like you, do my research on YouTube, and I'm looking for these different YouTubers and seeing what their opinions are. And the problem with that is that these YouTubers, well, they get paid to share an opinion that's a paid opinion, right? And they don't even do it well. They just read the website and the developers aren't happy. The YouTuber just gets paid money and he doesn't even know what he's talking about. And you and I get terrible advice, right? We get terrible news, right? And every time I've invested with like one of these YouTubers who just don't care, it's always it's always tanked. I don't know why. So what I've come up with is a AMA win-win-win strategy where the developer gets to share their information, their crypto project with enthusiasm, with wisdom and insight and good use case. You and I get the best source of information, and I get to get compensated, and I get to ask the hardest hitting questions I can think of. And so, if you're watching this video or listening to this podcast, we have the developer, the founder of this new project called Copycat, in the hot seat with us. His name is Isaac. Isaac, welcome to the hot seat.
Hello, everyone. I'm Isaac Mo. I'm the founder of the Copycat project.
Awesome.
Thank you,
Awesome.
everyone, for having me on your video.
Of course. Of course. We're glad to have you. Now, this is going to be the grill session of a lifetime, so I hope you're ready. Before we get into what Copycat is, Isaac, can you give me a little bit about your background, your origin story? What was your background before coming into crypto?
Yes, so I'm actually a student at the University of Toronto. I'm studying software engineering and mathematics. And um, I've actually been learning about crypto since 2014. That's where I first heard about Bitcoin, and I started investing in Bitcoin in 2016. But I was using it mainly as a payment system to do online trading, and then I really started to invest in crypto in 2019 and 2020. That's where I
Wow.
learned about Ethereum and then start to touch all those altcoins. But yeah, that's where I'm coming from.
Good times to get in, better times than I'd got in because you must have enjoyed some good big bags like rising to the top, which is phenomenal to hear. So you're a student in Toronto and studying math and software engineering, which is
Right.
excellent background coming into crypto. So Isaac, tell me a little bit about Copycat. What's it about? Give me the broad strokes here.
Okay, so as the name suggests, it has something to do with copycat projects. So basically, it is a simple token for people to satirize copycats, meaning you can use this token to basically vote or label copycat projects. And the way to do it is you can send this token to the contract address of a copycat project that you think it is copied from other projects. And because most of the contracts are not designed to retrieve tokens out from the contract, essentially you will be stamping the projects with your opinion where you think it is a copycat work.
Okay. So you're saying I'm able to signal or mark different copycat projects or forks, right? Just
Right,
a
right.
project, and then they duplicate it, and I could say, hey, that's a copycat project. I'm not sure how I do that though. How what do I do? Do I put the contract in like some kind of DApp or something?
No, so the contract is a wallet itself. You can also think of it that way. So you literally just send the token to the contract address. Like there's often people accidentally send their money to the contract thinking they are swapping the token, but the money got sent just trapped in there. And I'm
So
just using this idea to um, to the extent where I'm actively sending the token to it to
Oh,
like
so you're kind of blowing
alert.
my mind right now.
Yeah.
You're
Like
blowing my mind. So you could,
you
so okay, these contract addresses, all I have to do is send one copycat coin to that address, right?
right, but you don't have to send exactly one. So the copycat token has 18 decimals. So you can send as little as 0.1701 to it.
Right.
So you actually don't lose money, but you will be basically express your opinion about whether this project is a copycat or not.
Okay. And why would I do that?
So um, I would think there are, there are exponentially many projects that are emerging every single day, and I just think it takes an extensive amount of research, or you have to have a solid technical background to be able to examine the contract to determine whether it is a copycat project or not. And by providing this tool to everyone, we can basically allow the public to express a consensus about whether this project is a copycat or not. And we will be alerting general investors about a potential copycat.
Okay. So is it a BEP 20 coin or is it an ERC 20 coin? What is it?
So it started as an ERC20 coin, but this whole idea is not specific to any blockchain. So I'm looking to bridge it into every possible blockchain just so you can execute this idea in everywhere, basically.
So it's an ERC 20 coin. What about Ethereum fees? Do I have to still pay Ethereum fees on it? So I was paying like $40 for a swap the other day.
Right. So um, that's the nature of Ethereum blockchain. You have to pay the gas fees to execute such an idea. And well, I'm definitely looking forward to Ethereum 2.0 to reduce gas fees, but right now that would cost a little bit of money to um,
Gotcha.
execute these ideas.
Okay. So I'm paying these gas fees, which no one likes. Everyone hates them. I hate them
Right,
myself.
right.
I'm going to send money. And that's why we all want Ethereum 2.0, right? We're waiting for that thing to come out. No, and once that comes out, it'll be a little easier. So now I'm sending, so say I buy, right? I'm saying buying Copycat coin on
Mhm.
Uniswap. I put down zero point 0.1 ETH on it and I
Mhm.
get Copycat coin. I'll send this percentage, this like little fractional Copycat
Right.
into this contract. Say it's like Shiba Inu or something like that.
Mhm.
How do people know? How do people know that it's a copycat then?
Right. So I would say there's some increasing number of people started to examine the contract address as well as the wallet, the founder's wallet. So I would think it would stand out when people look into the the contract addresses. So when they check the token list, they will see it, and it will make them be aware of the fact that someone think it is a copycat. And I think that's the most important aspect of this whole idea, where you will be alerting them about this fact, and you encourage them to do more research or comparison about its origin and the legitimacy of the project they are investing in.
Do I get okay? So you're saying that I'll send and I'll be alerting other people. All they have to do is look at the contract and there's like a token list in there, right?
Right,
And it'll say like copycat token in that token list of that contract. Is that correct? I've
right.
never done this before. I guess that's you just go to like Etherscan
That's
and
it.
you look at the contract and you see it there. Okay, fine. So and my incentive is I get to share with the world my opinion that this is a copycat project. Do they see that I sent it?
Yeah, yeah.
They,
So
or do they just
basically,
see my wallet address?
it will show up as a transaction underneath. So if you click on it, you will see um, which wallets send whatever amount to the contract address.
Okay. So they just see the wallet address. Okay. And so now I'm saying, okay, I've told everyone that this is a copycat. What if it's not a copycat? What if I'm wrong?
Right. So this idea requires adoption from the public. So basically, as more and more people adopt this idea, we will be able to um, basically look at how many people um, does this along with you and across what time span, and then we can have a more a higher confidence about whether it is a copycat or not. So
Gotcha.
I'm definitely looking into building a database service where you will be analyzing those transactions and like highlight which ones are being marked most often or um, have a high likelihood of being a copycat. So that's
Got
the
it.
plan in the future. But yeah,
Got it. Got it. So now you're building a database that helps it easier. It makes it easier for people to see. Okay, if this is a copycat project, or what we're saying is copycat is a fork, just like a duplicate of a previous contract into another coin. Okay, so what's my incentive then to let people know that this is a copycat project? Or yeah, right. This is like Dogecoin, right? Is a fork of a Bitcoin. I send a copycat coin. It's going to cost me $40, $50, maybe higher to send it to there. What's my incentive then to do that, to let people know?
right. Well, first, I believe sending is about $20. It's only when you swap, which is a more complicated operation, so it will be like $60, $80. But sending should still be um, lower, about $10 to $20. But
Oh, okay, okay, okay. So sending is actually lower than swapping. I
yeah,
didn't even know that. I guess that makes sense. So it's 10 to 20 bucks.
which is still a lot. But
Yeah, it's still a bit. It's still a bit. That's why
right, but
Ethereum 2.0 comes soon.
yeah. So I mean, right now I'm actually focusing on bridging it to Binance Smart Chain first. So that would at least make people to be able to execute this idea with like 10 cents, 5 cents, or
Right,
yeah,
right,
something like that.
right.
And I would say the incentive first is by sending the token to the contract address, you will be deflationate the value of the token because you will never be able to to, to to get a token back. But that's more of a side effect. I would say um, in this crazy crypto space, we really have to actively um, make it a safer place. And I think Copycat token is the first of its kind where the whole idea is to label other projects. And I would believe we will have more tokens that's similar to this, where you will be labeling it for other um, criteria. So,
When
um,
you say leveling it, what do you mean by that?
so like you are so for copycat, you are labeling the project with
Oh, yeah,
copycat.
labeling
Yeah, label,
labeling it
label.
as a copycat. So you're saying that, and I think you're right, right? I think this is a problem in this space. Crypto is so like it's I call it the Wild West, right? And we're just little
Yeah,
cowboys
yeah,
with little
definitely.
lizard brains. And okay, so you're saying that we all need to look out for each other, and copycat is giving an opportunity, a tool in itself to help each other in this Wild West and say, hey, you know what? We got to label this. This is a labeling tool. Is really what it is. Copycat is a ability to
Absolutely.
to label and mark different coins as copycats.
Right. And because, you know, oftentimes you will have people um, write about articles or upload videos, but those are not persistent. But blockchain is immutable and transparent at the same time. So this tool is really um, allowing you to express your opinion um, and keep it stay there forever. So
Yeah. Do you think there'll ever be like a scam coin or something like that, where we could send this scam coin to the contract and be like, oh yeah, that's a scam, guys, don't buy this. But
yeah,
like a
definitely.
copycat, like the
That would be like the most. obvious successor of Copycat token.
Is
But
that's what's in the works?
well, I definitely want people to adopt the whole idea of labeling first. So that's why I picked Copycat because the name itself is kind of memey, but it
Yeah,
has a solid use case. So it's a meme
got it,
coin with a solid use case. That's how
got
I
it.
view this token.
Yeah, I'm actually intrigued by the use case here. Like, like it's like you said that it's like the blockchain is immutable and transparent at the same time, and that if I could then label something, okay, my opinion, and then okay, someone checks it. Oh yeah, this has the copycat. Someone thinks this is a copycat. Now, can I ask you something? What's the big danger of a copycat coin? Right, like Dogecoin is a fork or a copy of Bitcoin. What's the big deal if it's a copycat?
Right. So I would say a lot of times people only look at the price chart. They don't actually do any research about the background of the project. And I think that's very dangerous because a lot of the rug pulls were happening because you cannot identify the developers or you were just thinking because it looks successful, so you invest in it, but actually it doesn't have a solid community behind it or a solid developers. So I would
Hmm,
think by knowing about a potential copycat, you would be more careful on comparing it against its ancestor and look at what exactly are different from it and whether the difference are gonna affect its future profits
got
or
it.
potentials.
Okay, so I'm in my wallet, right? So I'm saying, so okay, I'm like just racking my mind around this. I'm looking at a coin. I'm saying, okay, that coin is a scam. It's a copy of this particular other coin. These contracts are a scam. So I'm going to take my copycat coin. Let's say it's like 0.0005, and I'm going to send it to that contract address in my wallet. Send and send it. And then so I'm just saying, okay, now I've labeled it. I'm doing my due diligence, my part in the whole crypto industry to say, okay, this is my opinion. I've sent it over, and here's how strong I think that opinion is. And so it's sent. That's pretty much how it works.
Right, and I would think it's going to work in a more community level because oftentimes when you are involved in the original project, you would be constantly watching copycats of your project. So you will be acting as a whole community where you will be telling basically everyone else that are not in the community about a copycat that is copying your project.
Mm, yeah, that makes sense. I like that. So say I call a lizard brain coin lizard brain, and then someone else comes up with a coin like lizard face, and so I'm gonna be like, everybody get some copycat coin and send it to this contract address, and then that way we're telling
Exactly.
everyone, hey, that is the fake coin, we're the real one.
Right, right.
Okay. And I like how you said, like, like if we send it to them, there's nothing they can do about it, right? It's already labeled. Like this is our opinion of you, right?
Right. I would say in the future they could be developing um, protections against such cases, but I will also think this kind of coin will also have a more robust system. But right now, I'm really just trying to get the idea out to advocate and execute such ideas in the most basic levels. So
Gotcha.
it was, yeah.
Where did you come up with this idea?
Actually, I started um, in a Discord server which involves a bot that allows you to send and receive cryptos, and then I was looking at the list of cryptos and they all have interesting names. And I actually picked the name of Copycat be- before I thought about the whole idea behind it. And
Got
then
it.
the community I was involved in was very against copycats.
Oh, really?
and then I just think about how I can mitigate or basically help resolve these kind of situations, and then I just combine with the idea I mentioned earlier, where a lot of people, not a lot, but quite a few people complain that their token got trapped in the contract address because they, for some reason, send the token to it instead of, I don't know, the person they are sending.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, it just formed the idea about labeling.
So that's interesting that you said that there's a whole community against copycat. So yeah, I was wondering if this was just a solo idea of yours, or is like a whole there's a whole bunch of people? Because I myself not sure if I care or not. But if you're saying there's a ton of people who's against copycat contracts, then yeah, this makes sense. It's already a built-in base of people that who would want to use this coin.
Well, I would say what I mean is they would be against Copycat projects of their own, and I do
Oh,
think,
their own project. Yeah, that
yeah,
makes a lot of
yeah,
sense too.
yeah, yeah,
So something like Everrise could have like Everrise is this new like tokenomic system,
mhm,
and then yeah, so people have copied and forked Everrise. Well, the
mhm.
Everrise could have come in and said use their copycat coin and be like doop 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 and tell their community to do it, and so and send it all
Yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah,
So all these new coin developers and all these like unique like these baby doge or whatever, you know what I mean, like mini doge or whatever,
yeah,
these
yeah.
new tokens can
There's way
be
too many of those.
use it as like a like protection for themselves,
Right,
right?
right.
Okay, I'm seeing the use case now. I'm seeing the use case. How big is your team?
So actually, I initiated and developed the project by myself,
Okay,
but I have already planning to partner with a marketing expert as well as an NFT artist. So there are a lot of things are in the plan, but I'm basically the one behind the whole project.
got it. Developer, founder, marketer, research. I got it. No problem. So I'm glad to hear that you're pulling a marketer on board, and this is good stuff. And how much of the coin do you own personally?
So this I have to talk about the tokenomics a little bit. So
Sure.
the total supply is 10,000 tokens, which is
Okay.
pretty scarce. 40% of the token, which is 4,000, is being locked by a smart contract until next year.
Okay.
And the reason for doing this is to limit the token in circulation, and I would imagine we will have a much larger community at the end of the year, and then the community can decide how to allocate this part. So, like, we can burn those tokens, we can do airdrop, we can increase the budget, or we can do all sorts of things with this portion. But this portion are locked, so no one can touch it for now.
Got it.
And another 4,000 tokens will be put into liquidity. So you will have 4,000 tokens to be able to buy. And
Okay.
10,000 is reserved for marketing and development. And the last 10,000, sorry, and the last 1,000 will be kept in the founder's wallet just as a symbol of the founder. So it will be kept on the top of the list.
Got it. So you own 10% of it.
Right.
Got it. Okay, cool. So what tell me let me know what is the future of Copycat? You are where you are now. Now where do you want to go? Like what paint for me like an ideal picture for what Copycat could be in the future.
So I would say I'm aiming to get this idea to go viral because I think this idea is very simple for people to adopt across the globe. So if we can get more exposure, if everyone can adopt this idea, then I would think everyone will just start using it, and we'll even see copycats of this project.
Oh, copycats
So
of Copycat.
yeah, and I'm definitely trying to increase um, publicity by um, a potential NFT launch in bigger scale. So similar to the common NFT launches where I will be having people the ability to mint a uniquely generated cat. So we will have 10,000 total, and um, all the token holders will be able to mint one. And you will have built-in mechanisms to encourage people to buy and hold the tokens. So I would
Mm.
think that would bring a lot more people to get to know about this project.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So you're minting NFTs, you're creating marketing campaigns. This is all good. Now, if you're watching this video, this is a new idea that I've never came across. Like, like take a coin, label it, use it as a label, and label another coin that's a copycat, that's fake. And this is really targeted for people who are developing their own unique coins. Like, in my opinion, you got these guys, and then they're going to tell their communities, hey, go grab some copycat and label this coin, is essentially what I'm hearing. So if you think this is an interesting idea, be sure to check all their links in the description. Check them out. Check out Copycat. See if I mean, you do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor. You have to do your own research on this and every coin and every project here. Now, Isaac, I got one last question for you.
Sure.
In a world full of cryptos, why should I invest in Copycat? There's a whole bunch of other stuff out there. I've only got so much money. Why am I investing in Copycat? This will be the last question.
Okay, so I would say you want to think about the potential of this project. First, it has a very simple idea for people to adopt. It has the potential to go viral because of the meme nature of the token, and it has a solid use case. And I would say one of the most important thing I value when I invest is how transparent and how honest the team behind the project is. And
Of
I'm
course.
here fully doxed, and I'm fully involved in the community. If you join the servers, you'll see I'm around all day, even though I'm also at the same time working in the background. But it's pretty, sometimes it's pretty rare to be able to be this close with the founder of the token. So
Yeah.
I really think if you are seriously wanting to invest, this is definitely a possibility where you can be rest assured that I will not be rogging you. I will continue to develop this project, and it has mass potentials. Um, yeah,
Got it. So you're involved. You're running the thing. You're in the Telegram. You're in the community. You're always talking. So I really truly appreciate it, guys. Again, if you want a piece of Copycat, if this thing intrigues you, check out the links down in the description below. Make sure that you do your own research. Check them out on Etherscan. Even, just let's just see. Like, it wouldn't hurt to, like, say, okay, this label something. You know what I mean? Especially if you are a coin developer, and or at least have a community together and says, hey, you know what, that's a copy of our coin. We need to make sure that people know about it. And so check it out. It's a very, very interesting idea. I love the idea that it's using blockchain as its immutability and its transparency, like people can see this all over, and it's already labeled. That's great. Isaac, thank you so much for being on in the hot seat. I really appreciate it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Remember, don't overthink things, guys. Just take good projects that have good use cases. Lizard Brain, Gorilla Arms, Diamond Hands, Cowboys Ride Together. We're going to the moon. See you guys. Thanks, Isaac.
thank you very much, Aaron.